What's up, everybody? Welcome to day one of NoFap. The time is 10:42 p.m. Before I get into everything, check out this workout. Check out this workout. I'm gonna get into it. But I've already filmed the workout stuff. And I filmed a lot of stuff this morning too that I want to talk about, but for now, check out this workout and I'll catch you guys in a little bit. I'll explain everything. So. And we're back. It's a good workout today. I pushed pretty hard today for my workout. But I did relapse today. It was a full relapse. Let me explain what happened today, how it all went so wrong, and the things that I need to improve. So, like I said yesterday, I was putting an ad set for $500. I was adding ad set $500. So I have an ad set that's $500, $100, and $60. And today I only made two sales. I lost, calculating in my head, I've lost $450. I think. It's still running. I don't know if it's going to get to 600, but if it does by the end of the day, which is going to be an hour and a half from now. If an hour and a half by now it spends the full budget, I'm going to be down I'm going to be down $620 today alone because I only made two sales. And throughout this whole day, I was just biting my nails, watching my ad sets run. And there was even a point where I thought it had stopped because I looked at my ads and it stopped at 250. So I reduced my ad set from 500 to 100. And then I saw it keep going after today. And so I put it back to 500. And I only made two sales. That scared me. That worried me. And I thought, you know what? It's still the middle of the day. Let's just keep it running. I'm going to keep it running for 3 days anyway. So we're going to run with it and see how it goes. And I was not expecting. I was expecting to get close to breaking even, but I wasn't. At the same time, I was expecting my $60 and my $100 to get sales because they were getting sales yesterday. They did not get any sales. It was my 500 ad set that got sales, which is concerning because it's a lot of money for not a lot of sales and profit. And it just brought up a lot of stress and anxiety. Like I thought, a lot of doubt came of, do I have a winning product? Do I have a product that people are interested in? Is this money going to be, am I going to see a return on this money, or is this a huge mistake that I'm making? And that stressed me out and gave me a lot of anxiety throughout the whole day. And one thing led to another. I could not sit in that. And and I was grasping at anything to make me feel better. And eventually it led to pornography. And yeah, it was a mistake. And it really puts things into perspective. Because things go wrong in life. It doesn't mean whether it could be minor, it could be major, it could last a second, or it can last weeks to months. And I think it's imperative because of the position that I'm in and how I was raised. I am not used to that. And I'm used to living in a certain level of comfort, and that is now no credit to me. It's credit to my parents and the things that they have built up. But because of that, I lived in relative comfort, and that's not good it's not good for a man to live in relative comfort, because once things start to stress him out, he'll grasp at anything. I think that's true for everybody. They'll grasp for anything to make them feel better. And so that's how porn addiction happens. That's how porn addiction is exacerbated, I should say. So because of the amount of stress and anxiety and doubt that I had in my mind, I tried to reach out to grasp at anything to make me feel better, and it ended up being pornography. And the funny thing is, I don't feel better after it's all over. After it's all said and done, I don't feel better. It's all momentary. After now, I think I feel worse. But at the same time, at least I'm analyzing what I'm doing wrong. At least I've analyzed and I'm figuring out ways to figuring things about myself that I can fix. And it's living in discomfort and pain and suffering and being able to sit and be still in that pain and suffering, in that anxiety and in that doubt when that time comes. What do I have? Am I able to go through that without trying to reach for something to comfort me? Am I able to walk through the desert and not complain and not grasp for a sip of water? And I feel weak for not being able to do that. And I hate feeling weak. I used to not mind it because it was something that people allowed me to be, was weak. And now I hate allowing myself to be weak. Not emotionally open. I'm talking about actual weakness. I don't like feeling weak. And I do feel weak right now because I didn't have the fortitude to be able to have doubt, to be able to have stress and have anxiety and say, you know what, I'll trust God with it. Or say, you know what, this is all part of the plan. Or say, you know what, I'm going to endure. Because I don't know I know what the consequences are, but I don't know what the outcome is. I don't know if this will succeed or fail. I know that I'm going to be losing money. I don't know if I'm going to be making it back. That's still a yes or no. If I knew for a fact that I wasn't going to make it back, I would have stopped it immediately. But this is the kind of risk that I need to take. And I was too weak to sit in that will it happen, won't it happen? Or will it happen, will it not happen? And it feels terrible. I'm going to tell you right now, it feels terrible. So, that being said, I want to be able to endure more of that. I want to be able to trust that I am on the right path. that I am making decisions, and they don't even have to be right, as long as I can analyze what went wrong. And it's a lot. It's a lot going through my mind right now. But needless to say, I am going to beat myself, like just like everything that happens, like when I don't get an audition that I really wanted to get, or when things go wrong, I need a few days to mull it over. But I also know that I have a duty. I have things that I need to do. Tomorrow I'm going to do more product research. Tomorrow I'm going to church. Tomorrow I'm actually taking a little bit of more of a break. For tomorrow, Sunday is a day that I take a break, a little bit of a break. I'm going to use that as a means to relax, to recharge my body, to take a look at my ads, of course, and see if they're going to do well. But I don't know what the future holds. I can be a pessimist and look at it and say, well, this is what's going to happen. This is what I can lose. But I can't let that control. I can't let the future control me now. I have to look at the now. And if I'm seeing one possibility, even though there are multiple possibilities, then I'm a fool. I'm a fool if I'm worried about one possibility, even though there are plenty ahead of me. So, back to day one. And I am happy that I made it this far. 43 days. It's a pretty good milestone. It's halfway through my goal. But it looks like I'm probably not going to... Well, hold on. 9, 10, 11, 12. If I hold out for 90 days, starting today, I will have made it through 90 days in time for Christmas. And I think that's a worthy goal. I think that is a worthy goal. So, yeah, day one, back to day one. And it's certainly nice. 43 days, that's certainly nothing to scoff at, but I do want this to become a permanent thing. And compared to my last attempts, I'm glad I got to 43 days. So I'm learning a lot more about myself. I think I want to put myself in more circumstances where I can suffer, where I can feel pain voluntarily, where I can deny, and it's not really accepting suffering. It's really just denying comfort. I usually sleep with, I usually turn on my AC and my fan when I sleep, because it's so hot in LA. And I usually sleep with my fan on and my AC on sometimes when it gets way too hot. And I don't want to do that. I think I'm gonna stop doing that. I think I'm going to be more... something that also affected today was I wasn't doing my hourly push-ups. I think the stress and the anxiety made me constantly checking my ads, constantly checking my website, and I wasn't sticking to my hourly push-ups. So I want to stick to my hourly push-ups. And I just want to find little ways that I want to recognize ways that I comfort myself, give myself a level of luxury and comfort, and I want to say, can I remove that and go through that? I also noticed that I listen to a lot of music, whether it's when I'm cooking or when I'm working or when I'm going to bed. I said it yesterday as well. When I'm in my car, I turn on my radio or I listen to music in my car. I want to be able to be alone in my thoughts. I want to be able to do that. If I can stop myself from being distracted and just sit and be alone and have my thoughts and let them pass instead of trying not to think about things. I want to be more aware of my surroundings, because I know when I put those things in my ears, I'm not aware of my surroundings. I think it's a little different for the gym. Actually, even in the gym, I don't want to have the earbuds in. I think that'll make me a lot more aware of my surroundings, and it'll also allow me to be more proactive in talking to other people at the gym. So that's some of the things that I want to try. Just looking at the things that I have in my life that I'm using as a comfort or distraction. So yeah, something I want to try. And today I also want to talk about tithing. Tithing, I learned from, I think it was 2 weeks ago, there was a Bible study on tithing that I learned. And tithing is a very good way to, when you're doing NoFap, sorry, not tithing. Tithing. Tithing, that's a different thing. Fasting. I want to talk about fasting. Fasting is a great way to give something up. It's a great way to give something up and to focus on something more important. Which is why, as Christians, we fast. And now, for me, I haven't fasted in a long time. I fasted for a single day after that Bible study. And I think I want to fast for longer than that. Fasting is I've done fasting before. I've done the 3-day fast before. And it was difficult at times and it was easier at times. But my meal times, I fasted from food. Not from water, but I fasted from food. And I realized after my fast that I was way sharper, way clearer, way more focused. But more importantly, I replaced my meals with reading my Bible and praying. And when I did that, I was a lot closer to God spiritually. And I also felt a lot more focused, clear-minded. I mean, I already said that, but things weren't while I was doing that, NoFap was very easy because I was denying myself something so simple that I think is a necessity. Well, it is a necessity, which is food. But I'm denying myself food that I'm so used to having every day, even though humans are built to be able to last a week without water and a month without food. I denied myself something that I used to have every single day. To now, I'm going to use that time cooking up a meal, sitting down for a meal, to focus on spiritual food, just focus on reading my Bible, praying, getting closer with the Lord. And when you learn to be able to give up something that you basically do every single day, which is eat, then you know that you can get rid of something that isn't good for you, that you know you don't need, which is pornography. And it becomes a lot clearer to be able to get rid of that. So I think after tomorrow, I do want to go on a fast. And it's going to be difficult for my workout, I think. I'm going to go probably on a 3-day or 4-day. But I think the hardest part about doing the fast is going to be working out, because I'm currently on a diet right now. Currently on a very strict diet. And when it comes to things like when it comes to fasting, a long fast, what worries me is that I don't have a lot of storage to get through it. But like carbohydrates are stored, sugars are stored in your body, usually as fat. And my diet doesn't involve having that. In fact, my diet involves burning fat. So without any reserves, I feel like my workouts are going to be a lot more difficult. However, I am drinking, so I'm probably going to have my protein shake, and that's it, out of everything in the fast. But yeah, that's my plan. I've got a lot of different plans for self-improvement. I've already made huge steps in self-improvement. I want to make that very clear. I want to take this time to give myself a little credit, and I think, as you're going through life and looking at the mistakes that you've made and all the things that you've messed up, I think it's good to reflect also on your successes. I've started a business, not profitable yet, but at the very least, I've learned a business model and I've started working on a business. 1. 2, I'm working out every single day, going to the gym almost every single day. So on Sundays, I don't go to the gym. So tomorrow, no gym day. But I'm going to the gym every single day. My body looks great. I've only liked the way my body looked once in my life. And now I'm at the point where I love the way my body looks again. So I started working out really excessively. I started listening to a lot of people that are inspirational when it comes to workout, when it comes to business, when it comes to being a man, when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to Christianity. I started going to church. I started going to a church that I respect, and I'm starting to get to know people there. I've stopped playing video games too much. I haven't completely stopped playing video games. I just stopped playing video games too much. I've made a lot of steps to improve my life, and every single there's still a lot of things to improve, and I think that's comforting. I think if I became the perfect person, I would be extremely bored. I think I want to be the ideal, and I'm chasing after what my ideal life looks like. And it's not one that isn't without suffering. An ideal life should not be void of suffering. An ideal life should be full of suffering that you can overcome. That is an ideal life for me. And I think that's an ideal life for quite a lot of people that go through that are used to pain. Because when we go through pain, we become stronger. And I want to be strong. I've certainly gotten stronger from where I was, especially after my 3rd attempt of NoFap. But we are going to keep going. We're going to keep persevering. We're going to keep surviving. We're going to keep learning. And minor setback today. But the only thing I can do now is look forward and move on. If I keep beating myself up over this relapse without acknowledging that I got to 43 days, which is great. If I keep looking at my failures are going to keep tripping me up. So I'm going to keep moving forward. But thank you all for watching. I want to get to your questions. Actually, I want to get to your questions and comments. Mike V, thanks for commenting, man. Like, seriously. I don't know where JD and Gray have been. I miss them so much. I hope they're doing well. If they're watching, if they're not watching, hey man, either way, if they're watching or not, I hope that they do well. Hope they're doing well with NoFap and everything in life. Mike, tithing is a blessing. I agree. I think tithing is also a command. Tithing is also a command, because when you think about it, everything you own, you don't own. Everything that is under your possession is not your possession. That is a blessing that God has given you. Everything, my air conditioner, my fan, this house, this room, the food in my fridge, the kitchen that I have, everything comes from God. That is all God's blessings. You're not going to give what he commanded. He's commanding you to tithe. That money isn't yours. You are a steward with God's money that he has blessed you with. And he is asking you, not asking you, commanding you. He is commanding you. Tithe. Tithe. And some people say 10%, but you tithe whatever you want to tithe, you know? But also it comes from a cheerful giving heart. If you don't have a cheerful giving heart, don't tithe. If you're grumbling when you're putting a coin in the basket, don't tithe. Do not tithe unless you are cheerfully giving, because you understand that everything that you have is blessed by the Lord. So if you're saying, oh, this is just a trick for the church to take money off of me, don't tithe. Don't tithe. It's completely optional. If there's a church out there forcing you to tithe, leave the church. But it's a simple rule that benefits others and also teaches us financial discipline. That's also true. That is also true. You can't serve both man and money. You can't serve both God and money. You know, if you can't tithe, if you're very stingy with your tithes, well then I would say reflect on what you truly value. Do you value God's command, or do you value your money? If you're giving with a grumbling heart, do not tithe, like I said. Blessings are given to those who are willing to give. That is true. If you are a good steward with what God has given you, God's going to give you more. Read the parable of the talents. Very amazing parable. Parable of the talents. You cannot outgive God. Absolutely, 100%. Everything I own is not me. I don't own it. I own nothing. I don't even own this body. This body is being borrowed. So, I've tithed ever since my first teen job, and he's blessed me beyond my wildest expectation. Dude, that's awesome, man. I'm now easily able to give well beyond the tithe, and it's my pleasure to do so. Start telling your urges at the first hint. Fap, who me? Haha, no thanks. I don't do that anymore. I think that having that mental, having that, what people will call self-delusion. If you're in a situation where you can self-delude yourself, do it. Do it. There's nothing wrong with self-delusion unless you're going too far with it. But if you're self-deluding yourself to give yourself, if you're self-deluding to give yourself, for the sake of self-improvement, then yeah, do it. Do it. And I can't quote it word for word, but somebody was explaining, hey, if 10 men were coming at me and each of them had a knife and they were trying to kill me, I'm going to run. But if I can't run, I'm going to self-delude myself and say, all right, I'm going to take down every single one of you. I'm going to take down every single one of you. Self-delusion. But what are you going to do? Cower? What are you going to do? You self-delude yourself. It gives you the best chance of survival, is self-delusion. If you have no other choice but to do so, then absolutely self-delusion can be fantastic. Of course, there are different scenarios that'll make you, don't take it too far. But when it comes to that, when it comes to putting yourself in that mindset, it's just like, that isn't me. That isn't who I am. Absolutely. I'm saying this after I relapse. That's hilarious. Sorry. Move your mind on other business. Yes. I think recognizing when those urges come and being able to be like, nope, I'm in control of my thoughts. Boom. Switch it off. Turn to something else. And also, it's called repentance. When you repent, turn. It's when you turn. Literally stop going one way, go another way. Stop having this thought, have this thought instead. Repentance. The internal biological urges are natural. True, will always happen, but we can learn to screen out the artificial ones that come from media, immodest attire, etc. Amen to that. Definitely. Bounce your eyes. Bounce your eyes. I don't know. I don't think that's a biblical concept, but it is certainly a very wise. It's a very wise saying that goes around in the church. Is bounce your eyes. Bless you, brother. Hey, bless you, man. I appreciate all the comments. Appreciate you joining me again in NoFap. It's been a long time. It's good to have you. It's good to see you again, brother. I have church tomorrow, so I don't want to make this too long. But thank you for watching. Thank you so much for your comment, Mike. For everybody else who's watching, who's still watching at this point, if you have any comments or questions you want to ask me, leave it in the comment section below. I love interacting with you guys. Getting to know how your NoFap journeys are. And that's all I got for you guys today. Day one. Thank you all for watching. Stay strong, stay focused. I'm with you guys. And I know you guys are with me. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.